In the blazing heart of the African desert, a creature draped in feathers like precious jewels moves with regal grace. A male peacock. Its plumage glimmers like a forgotten rainbow scattered across the sands. The bird lowers its head, pecking delicately at a few abandoned eggs, likely those of a desert lizard. For the peacock, it's nothing more than a light snack before night falls over the endless heat. From a distance, a shadow slithered forward in utter silence. Across the dunes of gold and dust, an Egyptian cobra, one of the desert's deadliest predators, was closing in. Its cold eyes glinted under the sun, tongue flicking in and out, tasting the scent of life. It had caught the smell of eggs, and something else, blood. The cobra didn't rush. It paused, raised its head high, and spread its hood wide. Sunlight rippled over its scales, creating a shimmer both mesmerizing and menacing beauty, twisted into danger. The peacock hadn't noticed yet. Then, in the span of a single breath, the cobra struck. A lightning-fast lunge, sharp and deadly as a spear. Its fangs aimed straight for the peacock's neck, venom ready to flow. But the peacock was no helpless prey. Its instincts had been honed by millions of years of survival. With one powerful flap of its wings, it leapt aside, dodging the first strike. Its tail fanned out, gleaming like a wall of armor, and slammed hard against the serpent's head. The cobra hissed in fury, rearing up again. And in that burning moment beneath the African sun, the two creatures collided, beauty and death, locked in chaos. One was grace born of light, the other darkness laced with venom. The cobra circled, searching for an opening. The peacock pivoted, its sharp beak stabbing down like a blade. Strike! A perfect hit to the serpent's neck. Scales split, blood spilled. The bird pressed its advantage, landing two more blows fast, fierce, and mercilessly precise. Pain sent the cobra into a frenzy. It whipped its head, coiling around the peacock's legs, trying to crush the life out of it. But the peacock refused to yield. With furious wing beats, it struck again and again, beak driving into the snake's skull until the coils loosened. The cobra slid back, beaten but not broken, its hiss now trembling with rage. Across the desert, the scent of blood spread like an invitation from hell. It never fades here it travels, faster than the wind, calling to those who hunger. From beyond the dunes, a female hyena raised her head. Her nose twitched, ears perked. Golden eyes flashed. She had found her chance. She sprinted across the sands, her paws barely touching the ground. She didn't care who had won or lost. In this world, where there's blood, there's food. The cobra, wounded and slow, dragged its heavy body through the dust. The peacock perched high on a dry branch nearby, its beak still stained with crimson. It watched not out of curiosity, but from instinct, because in the desert, the price of distraction is death. And then the hyena appeared. Without hesitation, she lunged straight for the wounded cobra. One crushing bite crack, the serpent's spine snapped in two. But even broken, the cobra fought back, jerking its head upward, spraying venom across her face. The hyena shrieked, recoiling in pain. Yet she didn't retreat. Fueled by hunger and instinct, she leapt again. Her jaws clamped around the cobra's neck, shaking it violently until the thrashing stopped. A few seconds later, silence returned to the desert. The once feared predator now lay still beneath the scavenger's paws, proof that, in nature, even death has its place. But the wild never rests after just one battle. While the blood was still warm, another hunter approached. From behind a thicket emerged a young male lion. His mane was thin, but his eyes burned with pride. He had spotted the remnants of the snake's carcass. The hyena growled, guarding the prize. But the lion didn't care. He strode forward, slow and deliberate. Each step a reminder of who ruled this land. One look, that was all it took. The hyena froze, then stepped back, knowing her place in the eternal hierarchy of the wild. She retreated, snarling, but unwilling to die for scraps. The lion lowered his head, sniffing the serpent's remains, and suddenly the body moved. The cobra wasn't completely dead. With the last surge of life left in its veins, it struck upward, sinking its fangs deep into the lion's leg. The lion roared, a sound that tore through the desert air. He stumbled back, venom spreading like fire beneath his skin. But instead of fleeing, he attacked. The first strike fell like thunder. Claws ripped through scales, shattering the cobra's armor. The serpent coiled around his leg, biting wildly, desperate. Blood, dust, and sand spun together into a crimson storm, a violent reminder that in the wild, survival is always paid for in blood. At last, the lion's jaws closed in a fatal bite, crushing through the cobra's skull. The serpent fell still. Venom dripped slowly into the sand, hissing as it sank. The lion limped away, his victory costly. The desert seemed quiet again, yet beneath that silence, life was already shifting. Every drop of blood spilled here calls forth another hunter, another battle. Out beyond the dunes, a giant Komodo dragon was on the move. Its tongue flicked black, slick, tasting the metallic scent that lingered in the air. Komodo, the ruler of tropical islands, had wandered into this scorched wilderness like a messenger from prehistory, and standing in its path was no easy prey. An African giant porcupine, bristling with hundreds of sharp quills like miniature spears. Its eyes glowed in the light of the dying sun, calm but unyielding. The two creatures locked eyes, motionless, like ancient warriors who both understood one truth. Only one of them would leave this place alive. The Komodo dragon, a symbol of raw, ancient power. Its massive body rippled with muscle, each step heavy as thunder. The porcupine, though smaller, carried an armor of living spears. Komodo growled low, then charged. Its jaws snapped shut, with a force stronger than a lion's bite. But the porcupine twisted, raising its quills in a blur. A volley of spikes pierced the dragon's snout. Blood sprayed across the sand as Komodo recoiled, hissing in fury. It didn't retreat. With primal rage, it lunged again, this time from the side. The porcupine spun, driving quills deep into its chest. Each strike deliberate, practiced, almost surgical. Komodo roared in pain but pressed on. Its jaws clamped down on the porcupine's tail. A shrill cry ripped through the air. Both creatures rolled across the sand, locked in chaos. Dust and blood filled the air like a storm of fury. When the world finally stilled, the porcupine lay panting. Komodo's snout was studded with quills, blood dripping from its mouth. Both were wounded, both alive.